Hey, it's John Alford. I'm coming to you real quick tonight to wish you a happy Bobby Bonilla Day. Yes, it's July 1st, which means yet again Bobby Bonilla and other professional athletes are getting paid today because of long term contracts. If you're a Mets fan or if you're aware of what's going on, you know all about this. But I want to talk to you quickly about Bobby Bonilla's contract from actually 2000 and talk to you about what is so great about that, how it works, and how that demonstrates the power of annuities. And yes, you too can celebrate your own day. You know, I could celebrate John Alford Day. Now, it's not going to be $1.2 million like Bobby Bonilla, but I'm not a 6, 7 time All Star with a World Series ring, right? So, what is Bobby Bonilla Day, and how does that demonstrate the power of annuities? But before I get into that, if you find this information helpful, you find it interesting, go down there, hit that like button, subscribe, help me out, and you'll see more content. Yes, there'll be some content on motorcycles, there's some content on music, but there'll also be some content on money. So, Bobby Bonilla Day. Let's talk about the story and the history of Bobby Bonilla Day, and then I'll tell you about how it works and how you too can get a payment like Bobby Bonilla's. Again, maybe not $1.2 million, right? But what happened is in 1999, Bobby Bonilla was finishing up a contract with the New York Mets. He had had a rough year. He had only appeared in 60 games, and the Mets wanted out of his contract. They still owed him $5.9 million. They were rebuilding the team. Well, what was going on in those days was the Wilbon and a few of the other owners of the Mets were investing with a guy who you may have heard of named Bernie Madoff. And Bernie Madoff was on paper giving them great returns, 15, 20%. We now know it was all a Ponzi scheme, but they thought that they would have money coming in from Bernie Madoff, so they wanted to get out of Bobby Bonilla's contract. Well, he and his agent, a guy named Dennis Gilbert, came up with a great idea. And they said, hey, if you'll pay me from 2011 to 2035, and you take my $5.9 million and you pay me out at 8% return from 2000 until 2035. Well, the Mets think this is a great idea. Madoff is telling them they're making more than that. They really weren't. And they needed that $5.9 million for other players. So the great thing was, in Bobby Bonilla's case, he went on to play 2 more years in the majors. Well, he got that contract, for other teams. The Mets bought him out, put that money to work, and starting on July 1st, 2011, he's been receiving annual payments of $1.2 million. He got another one today, and he'll be getting them until 2035. So for another 11 years, he's going to end up getting about $30 million out of this deal. It was a great idea. And basically, what happened was the Mets are paying him an annuity. Now, you may have heard annuities, you may have heard various things about annuities, but really all an annuity is you put money aside, either you do or someone like the New York Mets if you're Bobby Bonilla, and then at a later time, either a year later or you can even wait, in Bobby Bonilla's case, 11 years. Some people wait even longer than that. You start getting a stream of payments either for a set period of time. Bobby Bonilla Day is only going to be celebrated through 2035, or you could have an annuity that pays out for the rest of your life. And that is how annuities work. The Mets put aside a set of money, and every year Bobby Bonilla gets a check. And in this case, they put, he had a $5.9 million value of his contract. Well, he got that much money in the first 5 years. So by 2015, it's now 2024. And he's going to get payments for 11 more years. You can do the same thing. Maybe you aren't going to win Silver Slugger. Maybe you're not an all-star. But if you have money in an account, let's say you have an old 401k, or a lot of my friends and myself, old thrift savings plan accounts, or you just have a pile of money sitting in the bank. Finally, it's earning some decent interest. But what happens if they drop rates and it goes back to earning only a 0.5% or 1%? The other thing is, most market-based retirement plans run out of money. But if you put your money into an annuity, either a fixed annuity, a fixed indexed annuity, those have features where they never go down because of market risk. Other types of annuities have market risk. I don't recommend those. I don't have the license to sell those anymore because I don't see how they worked well for clients. But my clients and my own money is in annuities where it's just sitting there. It's never going to go down. It's earning market based gain or interest, some cases both. And then someday we'll turn money on, and just like Bobby Bonilla, we'll have that day and we'll have that annuity. You can do the same thing. I'll put in the comments or in the description a link to a simple Google form. You don't have to put very personal information in there. You can use round numbers, but then I can get you some information on how you can set up your very own Bobby Bonilla Day. Here's even better, at no cost to you. 100% of your money will turn into money for you in the future that will be guaranteed. That's the beauty of how Bobby Bonilla is making that money from the Mets. Why, not only am I a baseball fan and I find it hilarious that we celebrate Bobby Bonilla Day in the middle of the baseball season, but also knowing the power of what he is using an annuity for and helping other people with that. So again, happy Barry Bonilla Day, or excuse me, happy Bobby Bonilla Day. If you found this interesting, hit that like button, subscribe for me. If you want some more information, there's a way to get a hold of me in the description. Have a great rest of the day. Go Padres and go Mets.